Hey guys! Welcome back to my channel. If you are new, my name is Tabitha and I am here with another video for you guys today. If you have not yet subscribed, be sure to do so right now. I would love for you to join the fam. It means so much when you guys subscribe and like this video if you enjoy it. So today's video is going to be kind of like a first impressions demo / review kind of video. I'm really excited for today's because I'm going to be talking about the Melisa Michelle times Ulta Beauty Cheek Palette. If you didn't know, Melisa Michelle here on YouTube launched a palette with Ulta last year, and this year she came out with a whole collection with them. So I believe there is an eyeshadow palette, there's this cheek palette, and then there's also 2 lip kits. Since she did release that palette last year and it was mostly focused on the eyeshadows, yes, there was a blush, a highlight, and I believe also a liquid lipstick. But since that was kind of mainly focused on the eyeshadows, I figured I would just go ahead and get the cheek palette and try it out for you guys, see if it's good. I'm really excited. I haven't been watching Melisa Michelle for too long, but ever since I started watching her, she seems like the sweetest, most genuine, down-to-earth person. Like, she seems so genuine and caring, and I just love that. I feel like you don't see that as much these days, and I just really appreciate how sweet she is. So I'm really excited to be sharing this with you guys today and talking about it. This is what the palette looks like. It says Melisa Michelle, and then it is called the Bling on the Glam Cheek Palette, XOXO Ulta Beauty. This is a really cute palette. I love the colors on the front and like this rose gold kind of splatter. It looks so beautiful. And then on the back, she just kind of has a little message to anyone who buys this palette, and a little signature, and then a picture of her. So this is what the palette looks like on the inside. You do get 2 matte blushes and 2 highlight shades for $15, which I think is really awesome. That is such an affordable price for 2 highlights and 2 blushes. This did just release on Ulta.com, and I believe it will be available in stores on July 26th. I do know that it is available online right now, so you can go ahead and get your hands on it. But I'm going to be trying it out for you guys today, so you can decide whether or not you want to pick it up. I feel so barefaced right now. My face is just like flat, and there's no color to it. And it is crazy to me how much highlight and blush, especially highlight, but highlight and blush, how much they do for your face. I'm just noticing it now because I don't usually like do my full face of makeup without blush and highlight. I feel really like flat. So we're gonna go ahead and fix that right now. I'm gonna be trying this out for you guys and telling you what I think about it. Alright, so getting into the shades, this first blush right here is called Mahal, and she actually released this in her palette last year. So the palette that she came out with, this was the blush shade that was in there. She said she wanted to bring it back because a lot of people really loved it, so I think that's really cool. I never got to try that palette, but I'm really excited to try this blush. And then this blush down here is called Maganda. I think that's how you pronounce it. Melissa said this is supposed to be like the more peachy version of Mahal, so it's really great for summer and just kind of adds more warmth to the cheeks. Mahal is just a little bit more cool toned, and it is like kind of a mauvey, pinky, brownie kind of shade, I guess, and so Maganda is more peachy, which I think is really cool. And since if you guys are watching this, you've probably seen Mahal on several people's cheeks already, I'm going to be using Maganda today. There is 2 highlights in here. One is a very gold toned highlighter, and the other one is very pinky toned. I mean, that's pretty much how it comes. It's pretty straightforward. So the gold one is called Bubs, and the pink one is called Lawns. I'm going to be trying the gold one on my face today. That just suits my preference more, and I think it will go better with this makeup look I have going on, and Maganda for the blush. So we're just going to go ahead and get into it. I have to peel off this plastic paper thing. There's like 2 pieces of tape on both sides of this little plastic sheet right here, so it is a little bit hard to get off, so I'm going to take a minute to do that, and I will be back. We succeeded. Hopefully I didn't get highlighter all over myself. So we're going to go ahead with a fluffy brush, and I'm going to apply Maganda to the cheeks. I don't know how pigmented these blushes are, so we're just going to go ahead and apply it and see how it looks. I like that pigment. Okay, I can work with that. It's a little bit more pigmented than I expected, but that's definitely not a bad thing. Once you know that a blush is really pigmented, then in the future when you apply, it's super easy. You just tap your brush in there lightly and go ahead and blend it onto the cheeks. But this isn't overly pigmented. It's just like more pigmented than some blushes I've used. I just wasn't quite sure. I'm just gonna blend this out a little bit. Ugh. So I have probably never been so frustrated with my camera in my life. It shut off on me, and this is really important because I can't just refilm it. Like, it's a first impressions. So I'm gonna kind of go over what I just did. So I did apply the blush and it is really nice. I definitely think it's a really pretty and it's a really gorgeous peachy shade for the summer. I've always been into more like mauve-y or pinky type blushes. I haven't tried too many peachy ones, but I've really been getting into that lately, so I've tried some out and this is my favorite so far. And then I did go ahead and apply the highlight in the shade Bubs, the gold highlight. I do feel like the highlight shade is a little bit deep, and the other highlight shade in here, Lawns, is kind of the same thing. I apply that to like the center of my face, so like the forehead, the nose, and the chin, and it's very pinky toned, so if you like that, awesome. If you don't, the gold one might be better for you, but I do think that if you're lighter than me, these highlights might be a little deep for you. I don't want to say anything negative about it. I just want to be honest because Melisa is the sweetest person in the world, and I always want to support YouTube collabs. It's so amazing when I see that. But I just want to be honest, I think this might be a little bit too deep if you have lighter skin than mine. I wouldn't say completely no. If you're a little bit lighter, just be careful with it, go with light hand, but I think it could work. And then I decided that I'm going to try to go in with that highlight on a more dense brush. I was using this highlight brush, which is the M510 from Morphe, and it is not quite as dense. It's a fluffy brush. She did say in her video that it is best to use these highlights with a dense fluffy brush versus like a fan brush or something that's not as dense. So I don't know, I just tried it out with this and it seemed to work okay, but I'm going to try to go in with a more dense brush now and see if it comes off a little bit more shiny. It is very metallic and beautiful, but I do feel like it is one of those more dramatic chunky highlights, and I'm going to see if I can get more of like a shine look from it with this brush and some setting spray. This is just an e.l.f. brush. I don't even know what this is called. It's like a small blender brush for the face. So I'm just going to go into that highlight shade with this brush, make sure I tap off excess, and then I'm going to spray it with my setting spray. I'm just going to go in and see what that does. Okay, yeah. That definitely shines it up. It is super shiny. Not even gonna lie though, it does look a little bit like a stripe on my face. Again, I feel like that's just due to how deep it is. Like, I feel like it's a little bit more for deeper skin tones. Honestly, if you have a really deep skin tone, I feel like this would be beautiful on you if you like a really like dramatic, intense highlight. Definitely go for it if that's your thing and you have a deeper skin tone. Just blending this out. I don't know if you guys can see this on camera, but it is like super intense and like I really like it, but I'm not quite used to this intense of a highlight. Like, I am because like I use Becca highlights and like the Wet n Wild highlighters are really intense, and I use so many awesome intense highlighters, but this one's just like more metallic, if you know what I mean. I'm gonna go back into the blush shade a little bit because I feel like we kind of distracted from the blush with all that highlight. So I'm gonna go back into the blush, try to make it a little bit more pigmented, see if we can blend those two together. Just blending that onto the apples of the cheeks. And I don't know if it got caught on tape, but I did say earlier that this palette does have some fallout to it, so just be mindful of that. The blushes have some fallout, but I think it's mainly like the highlights that have the most like shimmer fallout. And then I am going to go ahead and apply that setting spray to my face as well now that everything is finished. This is the Skindinavia the Makeup Finishing Spray. Just going to shake this up and spray it on my face. Alright, so final thoughts. I do think this palette is really nice for what you pay for it. Honestly, this is super affordable. You get 2 blushes and 2 highlights for $15, which is amazing, and Ulta often has like the $3.50 coupons, so that often helps out a lot. And just going over what I said earlier, I do think the highlight shades may be a bit deep for you if you are very fair, so just keep that in mind. Melisa is a little bit more deeper in skin tone, and she can only put 2 highlights in this palette, so I understand that. But yeah, just keep that in mind. I think you could work with it if you're a little bit lighter than me, but I wouldn't say too fair. The blush is really beautiful. I haven't tried Mahal yet, but I will let you guys know in a future video what I think of that shade. Pretty sure they are the exact same formula though, so I am definitely a thumbs up on those blushes. They are beautiful, and the highlight is definitely very metallic. If you're deep skinned, like I said earlier, and you really like an intense metallic highlight, you will love this. So yeah, guys, I think that's it for this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Let me know if any of this is picking up on camera and what you think of it. But yeah, like I said, definitely think this is a really good deal for $15, and it's so cute. The packaging is adorable, and I love supporting other YouTubers. I absolutely love seeing that, watching the community grow. It's amazing. But yeah, guys, I think that is it. I'm gonna leave this palette linked in the description box below, as well as the date to when it releases in stores. And don't forget to subscribe if you have not already. That means so much to me. Give this video a big thumbs up, and be sure to share it with everyone you know that loves makeup, because it's always good to know about the new things that come out to see if they're for you. And yeah, like I said, leave me a comment down below letting me know what you thought of this and how you think it looks on my face. And I will see you in my next video. Bye. Can't forget to highlight that shoulder and the collarbone, of course.